Media Day is here finally for the New Orleans Pelicans. And boy, do we got a lot to talk about. What is good, everybody? It is finally here. It is finally Media Day for your New Orleans Pelicans. I am your host. Ooh, see the mic not ready for the day. The mic not ready for the day, man. We got a lot to talk about. Like I said, I'm your host, Jordan Kitchens. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. Like I said, comment below. My next video is probably going to be more about a little bit of Media Day, but I have a idea from a viewer, so I will get your video done. I promise you. And yeah, man, let's just get straight to it. Let's just get straight to it today. I'm tired of the BS. We've been waiting for September 30th, and September 30th is here. And so far, as I'm recording this at 10:18 in the morning, David Griffin, Bryson Graham, and Willie Green have had their time to speak to the media. So I'm not going to be able to get into what the players exactly going to talk about. But these guys, I'm trying to see which sleeve that is. Yeah, these guys are they are the meat and potatoes of the team, man. There's been a lot of questions about the Pelicans leading up to this. A lot of questions about the roster, the center, Brandon Ingram. And I will give credit to the media that's in there today that was asking the questions. Y'all were on it, okay? We need to give a round of applause to the Pelicans. I guess you call them reporters, beat reporters. Y'all did y'all do diddy today. Ooh, I said do diddy. I don't think we can say that no more. So I'm out there, yeah. Y'all did y'all due diligence. I'll say that. Y'all did y'all due diligence today by asking the questions. Y'all were on them. Y'all didn't leave no page unturned. Y'all asked the hard questions and they gave some answers. So starting off, let's just get the cat out the bag. They are not committing to a center. The New Orleans Pelicans are not in the market to bring a big man in. They're not in the market to trade Brandon Ingram. They are doubling down on this roster. Everything you see right now is in place. Now, he did say that they're doing this to give him some more flexibility until it's time to start that clock. That clock would be the luxury tax and, diving into that, trying to, make a trade and bring in like one, piece that might be able to push a team over that limit. So they haven't started that clock yet. David Griffin, he went into a lot of, I guess you can call it soliloquies, because it was a lot of fluff in what Griff be saying. I guess you could say that about everybody. Willie gave a little fluff. Bryson gave a little bit of fluff, but I guess that's just, PR, and they can't give all their secrets, but they're not committing with a center. All right. Okay. Matter of fact, they aren't even committing to who the starting center will be.
Is Daniel Tice your starting center, or are you going to start small, and is CJ potentially going to move to a six-man role?
We don't know yet. I don't know yet. Camp starts tomorrow, and so we'll find out more, once we get to camp. But for me, it's more importantly, it's about collectively getting with this group, getting on the floor, seeing what we have. It's going to be a unique season in that way. We would like to have a set starting lineup. I think it brings some consistency, but we'll see how it goes. We probably have 7 to maybe 9 guys that could all potentially be starters or what have you. But I haven't had any of those discussions with our team yet, and we'll start to dive in it a bit more once we get to camp.
Yeah, as you can see what Willie just said, they're not committing to a center. They're not committing. He's like I said, training camp starts tomorrow. So he wants to get the team on the floor to see what the lineup will be. So they're not committed to a center. They're not committed to if it's going to be Daniel Tice. Griffin, was it Griff or Bryson? One of those guys. They went into that our rookie Eve Misi. They're not really planning. They're going to take him along slow. So y'all don't look for him to be the starting big man or really get heavy minutes start out the gate. They want to take him as slow as possible. They went on to say if he does grasp it, they will give him as much as he can eat. But other than that, they're going to take him along slow. So if he's not ready, he's not ready. David Griffin also had this to say.
What are we going to do at center, by way of example? And my answer to that would be we're going to figure it out, because we've got the kind of talent that can play a variety of different ways. We have bigs that can play in a traditional fashion. We have bigs that can space the court and be three-point shooters. We have rim finishing athletic bigs. We have bigs that can play in space defensively. We have bigs that can protect the rim. But none of that matters if you're not going to be on the floor, because the wing talent and depth on this team is so good, they may not be.
And as y'all can see from what Griff is talking about, he specifically says that they have about 6 players that are going to play, well, that have played around 30-some minutes, and those are going to be the 6 players that are committed to this upcoming season. I mean, and then if y'all know, he's talking about Zion, Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, CJ, Herb, and DeJounte Murray. Those are the 6 players that they're committed to say. And also, if y'all were really listening to what Griff said, he says that none of that matters. I was just talking about the center position, that they're going to figure it out. He said they'll figure it out. Figure it out. He said they're going to figure it out. As he goes on to this long explanation about, we have inside centers. We got centers that rebound well. We have centers that shoot 3 well. So we have all this creativity to do all this and that. He goes on to say none of that matters if they're not going to be on the floor because of the wing talent and depth of this team. David Griffin, what are you? Look, maybe it's just that history's not on your side, man, about the small ball. History's not on your side. It's not. I mean, with the last team we really seen that really bought in. I mean, look, we're not going to do not come on here and talk about the Golden State Warriors, okay? Because I already know people, well, Curry, listen, we don't have Steph Curry, okay? Ooh, the mic's not ready. That mic is not ready. I'm bringing it. We do not have Steph Curry, so don't come in the comments talking about, well, the Warriors, no. Well, the Houston, we don't have a James Harden either, but the Houston Rockets back at the 2020 Houston Rockets, like, they were bought in with PJ Tucker. So if you're reading between the lines of what Griff was saying in that clip, he's basically saying that the starting 5 is Zion, I guess B.I. or Herb. I mean, Zion, B.I., Herb, DeJounte, and CJ. But also, Willie Green had something to say about CJ. He basically was saying about CJ is that CJ is a professional, right? CJ, and Griff also alluded to this, like, nobody's bought in more than CJ. CJ role has also changed from, last year to the year before that, year prior. Like, his shot chart has changed. He's a lot more catch and shoot, a lot more shoot, a lot of threes. Speaking of threes, we don't get in about shooting some threes, but CJ, if I'm reading between the lines, like I said, it's just me putting my thinking hat on. Willie hasn't said he talked about it yet. They're going to wait till training camp tomorrow to really talk about it, but I think they've had conversations about CJ coming off the bench. Yep. I think that is a reality. Leading up to this, all my videos, I hated on the idea because, you're paying CJ $30 million to come off the bench. That's a little crazy, but, hey, man, if CJ McCollum is willing to do that, if he's willing to come off the bench, then there's really nothing else. I think that would be the best for the team, though, having that type of scoring off the bench. But it really does sound like CJ's willing to take that backseat role and, be the Yoda, really be the real old head of the team, the wise guy. And he's being a wise guy by making a wise decision and coming off the bench. So, but that's just reading between the lines, because it's really about shooting the threes. That's what Willie Green had this to say about Brandon Ingram.
Get your threes up, B.I. But he knows. He's aware of it. He'll communicate it to you himself. But it's trying to continue to break some habits. His habit is to get to his sweet spot and jump up and shoot the ball, and he's the elite at doing it. It's an area of growth, something that he's working on, something that he worked on all summer, and he knows that that's a part of that unlocks other components to his game. So I'm excited to get on the floor with him, and we will continue to work.
And as y'all seen from that clip, what did Willie Green say? Shoot your threes, Brandon. Shoot your threes, Brandon. So that lets me know that, as Willie said, Brandon knows, we know, the fans know, everybody knows that they want Brandon Ingram to shoot more threes this year. Brandon Ingram has been working on that all season to improve his three-point game. Well, it's not even about improving because he's okay three-point shooter. He just doesn't take him at all. He doesn't take him enough. Willie Green said that's more of like his Brandon's problem would be that he wants to get to his comfort spots. His comfort spot is a contested mid-range, with 6 dudes on him and all that. But, that's Brandon Ingram's shot. I said 6 dudes. There's only 5 players on the court. What am I talking about? But this is football. I'm in such a football mindset, guys. I just cannot wait to get some basketball in my life. Can't wait to get some more Pelicans in my life because I need it. So they're doubling down on shooting the 3. All right, this might be the most threes we'll probably ever see this team take because they're from what Willie Green has said, from what David Griffin has said, and what Bryson Graham has said. They've all kind of uttered the same. They've all kind of said the same things just in different ways. But the team is going to shoot a lot of threes, i.e. the Houston Rockets back in the day. You kind of have to do that if you're going to be an undersized team. You have to shoot threes. They're going to shoot a lot of threes, and then Willie Green. Well, I guess you could say David Griffin too, but they're doubling down on, like I said, the no big man approach. So what did Willie Green emphasize? Rebounds. If we're going to be running these smaller lineups with a lot of wing depth and not center depth, even though we have a wing we could trade for a big man, but they are going to double down on the rebounds. This will be a total rebounding effort as a unit. That's the only way this will be possible. Because Zion by himself, if he's going to be starting at the 5 in certain games, basically every game is going to be it's all about matchups. That's also what they're getting at. It's all about matchups. The team is going to, depending on who the matchup be, that's really what's going to dictate who the starting lineup is going to be, what it's looking like. But it's also looking like when it dictates that, CJ McCollum is going to be the guy that bites the bullet. He's going to be the guy that takes that back seat, which will be good because you have Herb Jones in the starting lineup, right, with DeJounte and B.I. and Zion. And then, you plug and play your big man, according to Griff. They got 3-4 bigs they are good about. All right, it's plug and play. It don't matter who they have out there. It could be Trey Jemison with Yves Misi, Daniel Tice, Carlo. It doesn't matter. Griff made it seem like any one of those guys can go at any moment, and they'll figure it out.
We're going to figure it out.
Figure it out. Brother, you had 6 months to figure it out, brother. You still trying to figure it out? But okay. Whatever. We'll figure it out.
We're going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out as we go. We'll figure it out. Okay. I guess they're just going to figure it out. I guess any one of those guys, they can go match up. Well, because you're looking at the Timberwolves now. As y'all know, the Timberwolves, well, some of y'all might know, but the Timberwolves, they made a trade. They got rid of Karl-Anthony Towns, replaced him with Julius Randle. So, I mean, Rudy Gobert doesn't really strike you. So, I guess that's one of those teams where Zion at the 5 probably would be a good matchup. Historically, Zion has given Rudy Gobert the blues. So, that might be one of those teams they're talking about, hey, man, put on the matchup, that's what we're going with. Because Zion at the 5 against the Timberwolves, I like that a lot. Because Rudy Gobert, he's not an offensive threat. Just get him a couple foul trouble, he'll be out of there. Julius Randle is not playing no defense. So, but the Timberwolves play good defense. They're a good defensive team, but Julius Randle himself is not a good defender. So I guess it's one of those teams where I can see what Griff is talking about. Like, yeah, we'll figure it out when it comes to certain matchups and whatnot. Cause that is okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you that point, Griff. You got me there. I see the vision a little bit, but as a full 82 games and then really having I hate to say it, but we really can't rely on Zion that much and saying that he's going to be here from game 1 till game 82, right? From game 1 to game 82, you really can't even make a guarantee. Can't really. So is he they talked about, well, Bryson Graham specifically, I guess this is his question. He really did talk about, they're excited about the growth Zion has showed, that he's out for vengeance, like he looks different, whatever, the same thing they'll say the last 3 years. It's really nothing different about how Zion looks coming into the season other than, a while back, like he's totally committed. Okay. So, he said he'll come out for vengeance. They're happy about it. We'll see about that. We'll see. Really, we'll see about all this, that we'll figure it out about having a big man. You're doubling down on the shooting threes, doubling down on, if we're not going to have a big man, well, quality big all the time. Then it has to be a team rebounding, has to be a unit thing. But last but not least, what everybody really wants to find out is about DeJounte Murray and how his role on the team. Oh my goodness, the mic is dead. T-Bow, what have you been doing? The mic can't even stay up. We need some good wood. I need a good wood ad. Right? So they've been talking about DeJounte Murray. And from listening to what Willie Green had to say and what Willie Green was really getting at, it basically seems like they are fully committed to giving DeJounte Murray everything, right? Giving him the whole offense, right? Willie goes on to talk about how he's going to have the most opportunities he's ever had to create for everybody. With Zion on the court, having that type of gravity, giving others open looks. It's really sounding like they're rolling the ball out. Here you go, DeJounte. You're the point guard. You're the floor general. Get us there. His question was about how DeJounte, how that would look with the Pelicans. So that'll be my next video doing my DeJounte Murray deep dive of the team. But right now, it's good signs because Willie Green, David Griffin, Bryson Graham, they're all on the same page of that, we traded for this guy, so we're going to give this guy the ball, right? We're not trying to sit there and put a cap over DeJounte. We're going to let DeJounte be DeJounte and let DeJounte determine how the offense will be ran. If he wants to get the ball and push it fast, he'll do that. If he wants to, slow down the half court, we'll run a couple sets, he'll do that. That's really the vibes. Well, it's not even really the vibes, really what Willie Green was talking about. But, coaches talk. They like to try and hide as much as possible, but give a little bit, but not, give a little bit too much. But, read between the lines. They are really looking for DeJounte Murray to take a next step. DeJounte come back to his all-defensive, his paralysis that he had before he got to the Hawks, that he was an all-defensive player. They're looking for that, especially with having Herb Jones with him. Herb Jones going to take the real matchup. I ain't going to say it like a real matchup because the NBA, anybody can go get you 30. So it's like these are still professional basketball players. But, Herb Jones is going to go take that guy. And then DeJounte, fill in wherever he fits in. So, media day, we had some questions. We got some answers. Maybe not the answers we wanted to hear. Well, answers that certain people wanted to hear. I was really just more like, what are they talking about? Let me see what they got to say. So, we got some answers. Apparently Willie Green's gonna have the other answers ready to be answered, or the other questions ready to be answered after training camp tomorrow. Because he's really hyping on, training camps tomorrow. We're gonna see what the guys look like on the floor. Like, I get that though. You want to see what guys looking like. You want to see, who's doing what, who coming in out of shape, who, you never know. So, we'll get more news as it goes on. But we're finally here. The season is rolling now. Training camp is tomorrow. Media day is today. The season's rolling. We're getting into that mode. October 23rd. Basically right around the corner now. It's less than a month away. So we are getting into that mode, man. That means the Pelicans content is just going to keep stocks going up. Get y'all stocks in. Don't bandwagon. Just get y'all stocks in right now. It's early, so get y'all stocks in right now. So my next episode, we'll get into the DeJounte Murray deep dive of the team. And, I got something for y'all. I got something nice and sweet for y'all. So like I said, y'all stay locked in. Like, comment, subscribe. We are in the season of basketball. Hit that bell notification. And like I said, man, I am your host, the most, Jordan Kitchens. And I'm signing out. Peace.